Hello, fellow safety and health professional, and welcome to another podcast and a series of podcasts based on an article in Safety and Health magazine that's all about you. You only have one chance to make a good first impression. That profound expression is always true. When you meet somebody for the first time, you and your new acquaintance are making all kinds of evaluations of your interaction. Both of you are contemplating how you feel about the other person's looks, their clothes, hair, smile, eye contact, makeup, their voice inflections, and of course what they say. You're making quick judgments that will strongly affect your initial feelings about each other. Now, these may change, of course, as time goes on, but initially your impressions are quick and your judgments are made by just the initial fast inputs that you receive. That's why I'd like to pass on some tips on how to make a positive first impression. Now, when you meet someone who you'll be with for more than a few minutes, if you just say hi to somebody that you're passing by, you don't want to do this. But if you're going to be with them for a little bit, the first thing you want to do is say hello, of course, but then say your name. Say, my name is. Do that first. I always say, my name is Richard, or sometimes I'll say, my name is Hawk. Everybody calls me Hawk because my last name is Hawk. But I give them my information first. And then I ask, well, what is yours? Sometimes I'll say it before you ask that question, but if they don't, just say, what is yours? Now, don't think I'm being demeaning by giving this simple advice, because I have so often seen people do a poor job of meeting someone for the first time. They'll right away ask them their name or say something else besides this simple way to get to know each other. I've also seen people not smile or give good eye contact or even seem perturbed when they meet someone for the first time, as if it's an inconvenience to talk with a new person. Well, for me, I like to show that I'm glad, even thrilled, to meet someone for the first time. It's not just the initial time either when you meet somebody that it's essential to give a positive impression. Even people you communicate with daily will enjoy your greeting more if it can be positive and upbuilt and can make a huge difference in your relationships and how others feel about you. Now, I'm working full-time again. I can't believe it, but I am, as a safety professional and at nuclear power plants. This is my second one here. I'm working nearby at the Salem plant in Salem, New Jersey. It's a outage we're having. We're refueling outage. And I am now able to use my skills, some I've passed on to you, my communication skills in a day-to-day, real-life situation. And I have found that it's helped me profoundly to do well at my job as a technician right now. And one thing I make sure that I do is every day I make an excellent first impression with my coworkers. When I come upon a crew or meet someone on a work site, I always say something positive. And in my case, I can often think of something humorous. You might not be able to do that, or you might. But whatever, right away, give them an upbeat, positive message from you. Even if it's someone you've worked with for a while, for weeks. I still realize my first impressions are as important when I know someone for a while as they are when I first meet somebody. It helps strengthen our relationships too. Grunting out a good morning or nodding your head, say, yeah, hi, is weak. It doesn't help to improve your relationships. And think about that the next time you greet someone on the job. Now, here's some other simple ways to make a positive first impression. Once you know a person's name, use it. It will make the other person feel welcomed and grab their attention. Dale Carnegie, the legendary author of How to Win Friends and Influence People, wrote something many years ago, back in the 50s, I believe, that still holds true. A person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. I've also found it helpful to use names during things like pre-job briefings and when giving safety instructions, because it helps keep those listening focused on my instructions. For example, I would say, all right, Tom, when we go into this confined space, we're going to do such and such. Or Mary, remember, we got to be sure that we, check this tag, or something like that, where I use their name before I give the instructions. Ask personal but not intimate questions. If it's a stranger, you can ask them where they live or what brings them to the area, or even something about their attire. I like to do that at times. Hey, I really like your shirt, or something like that, if it's honest and it feels appropriate. The point is, you are focusing on them, not yourself. For example, when I greet coworkers in the morning, I'll sometimes ask them if they slept well the night before. You'd be surprised how quickly that leads to an engaging conversation. The question also shows I am interested in their life, not just mine. Your body language matters too. In fact, it matters to a strong degree, and more than most of us realize. Lifting your head and having a vibrant appearance is engaging and energizing. A colleague I worked with for several years who specialized in improving training performance. She was a train-the-trainer type person. She always brightened my mood when I met her, even if it was only for a moment. After knowing her for a while, I told her how much I enjoyed seeing her and asked her what she does to make such a positive impression on people, because she makes it on me every time I see her. Well, here was her answer, quote, this is close to what she said. It feels good, and I don't like the alternative. She also told me she finds joy in her interactions with other people and wants to leave her special mark every day on every person she meets. How about we do the same? Whenever we encounter somebody, whether a long-time acquaintance or a fresh face, let's make it a point to leave our special mark that will have a lasting, good first impression.